name is Sebastian Ramirez, and today I'm going to present my brief video about the book Animal Spirits. First of all, the introduction starts with the thesis that traditional economic theory, which assumes that people are purely rational actors, is fundamentally flawed. The book introduces the concept of animal spirits created by Joseph Maynard Keynes, which is human emotions and psychological drives like confidence, fairness, corruption, money illusion, and the stories we tell as true, often irrational forces that drive economic booms. In chapter 1, the first animal spirit is confidence. Confidence is more than rational calculation. It's not just cold, rational prediction about the future. It's a form of trust and belief that goes beyond the available information. Economy also depends on confidence. When confidence is high, people tend to spend and invest. When it disappears, they withdraw and the economy contracts. Also, the confidence multiplier, which is the standard Keynesian spending multiplier, states that a change in confidence can trigger a feedback loop. More confidence leads to more spending and vice versa, which is why current models ignore animal spirits. Large scale economic models have minimal room for these animal spirits, instead focusing on easily measurable variables, which the authors argue is a critical omission. The second animal is fairness. Fairness is a primary economic motivator. The chapter opens with an economist's confession that the concept of fairness, crucial in real world negotiations, was entirely absent from the neoclassical economic theory class that he dictated. Fairness tends to trump pure economics, which is demonstrated by experiments such as the beer on the beach, which show that people's perception of what is fair often overrides straightforward economic incentives, even if it's detrimental to themselves. Also, fairness explains economic puzzles, which the authors suggest that considerations of fairness can explain phenomena that are puzzles in standard theory, such as involuntary unemployment and the relationship between inflation and output. The third animal is corruption and bad faith. Capitalism has a dark side. While capitalism produces what people will pay for, it would also produce snake oil, which is fraudulent or deceptive products and investments, which people are willing to buy. Also, the financial markets nowadays are vulnerable. The modern financial system, with its accounting and also its complex securities, is particularly susceptible to corruption and bad faith. As well, corruption has fueled the last three economic cycles in modern history, which were the savings and loan crisis in 1990, the 2001 Enron scandal, and finally, but not less important, the 2007-2008 subprime mortgage crisis. Which is why the final bullet point is that culture matters. The prevalence of corruption fluctuates with cultural shift, changes in regulation, and new financial inventions that create fresh opportunities for predation. The fourth animal is money illusion, which means that people think in nominal terms. Money illusion is the human tendency to think of nominal dollar amounts rather than inflation adjusted real value. Core assumptions are wrong. Modern macroeconomics are built on the assumption that people do not have money illusion. The authors argued that this is an extremely implausible assumption. Also, evidence of money illusion is everywhere: wages, prices, contracts, and accounting. As well, policy implications states that if money illusion exists, it invalidates the simple policy conclusions of natural rate theory and suggests inflation has a more complex real-world impact on unemployment and output. The final animal touched upon in chapter 5 is stories. Humans thinking is basically what creates a narrative. The human mind is built to understand the world through stories, not just through statistics and rational calculations. Stories drive confidence. The confidence of an entire nation can be built around a powerful story. The example being under President Lopez Portillo of Mexico's show of a story of newfound oil wealth, which was the story of an underdog, which created a massive economic boom when he triumphed in in the president's elections, which later busted when the story proved over-exaggerated. And finally, stories are economic facts. Economists may dismiss stories as unscientific, But the authors argue that these narratives are themselves real economic factors. They shape confidence, drive investment booms such as the 1990s internet bubble, and spread through the economy like viruses or epidemics, influencing public perception and behavior. Basically, and in synthesis, emotions are as important as variably nominal factors when we talk about economy and the modern system. Thank you.